This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. I reported yesterday about this alleged situation that has been confirmed by sources. Apparently, Brock Lesnar told Matt Riddle, who is an NXT wrestler behind the scenes at the Royal Rumble, that a match between the two are never going to happen. Supposedly that was leaked by a WWE agent or someone within the company has leaked that to the wrestling media. It could very well be just a big work. However, I don't think that match would really draw that well because there's too much of a side difference. And one other reason why I think it definitely could be a work is because WWE uploaded a video of Riddle commenting on the situation, saying, quote, "I don't care what he says or what anyone else says. I don't care if he wants the match or not. I'm going to get it. I don't care. It's not up to him." So there you go. Nathan Carey says Brock would effing kill him. Well, if you look at Brock, what he did when he wrestled Kevin Owens, it was just a squash match. Goldberg also had a squash match against Owens. Now, both Goldberg and Owens probably didn't want to, or Goldberg and Lesnar probably didn't want to take anything from Owens because he's pretty much a fat guy, not even that tall, no legitimate fighting ability. Matt Riddle does have legitimate fighting ability, but he's really small. So I think if a match is to happen, it will probably just be a quick match. And I definitely think it's a suspicious story. It could all very well be an angle because the whole thing just sounds made up. The Royal Rumble, by the way, was 6 hours long, including the pre-show. That's got to turn off a lot of people because even if you're a big wrestling fan, 6 hours is a long time to watch wrestling. When I was a wrestling fan watching the pay-per-views, they were about 2.5, 3 hours long, and that was perfect. 6 hours, that's just way too long. WWE Backstage had a 0.04 rating last night and below 100,000 viewers, hitting 97,000 viewers. Raw viewership since 2016 has been nearly cut in half. The Royal Rumble post-show this year had a 0.8 rating, which was down 12% from last year, which goes to show you that nobody really cares about this Drew McIntyre guy. He is big. He has a good body, but he's a very flat, plain character. Never heard any legitimate athletic background of the guy, although I don't doubt he's an athlete. But I don't think anyone with as thick of a Scottish accent as he has will really get over huge in North America as a babyface, especially after years of being a lower card guy. Just don't see it happening. Andrade commented on his wellness policy violation, saying never quit because things get tough. Remember where you come from and where you're going. That's just a weird thing. It's like, whatever, he'll be back in 30 days. John Cena is in the promotional material for Fast and Furious 9. His ex, Nikki Bella, is now pregnant with the guy that she did Dancing with the Stars with. I believe they're also engaged. And Nikki's sister, Brie, is expecting her second child with Daniel Bryan as well. Bill Romanowski says Royal Rumble sucked in my opinion. The Real Frisco says Edge was probably the best part of the Rumble. Probably, actually. I've heard very good reports about Edge's return so far. He's been a hit, and I heard that the Edge versus Randy Orton segment on Raw was good, but apparently they showed a video after. I think this may have only been for the web or the network, that when Edge got to the back, all the baby faces were like consoling him, and a bunch of people were commenting, well, where were all those baby faces when Orton was trying to re-break his neck? So that was a little weird, but from all reports I heard about the actual segment, it was very good. Jay Hazard says Andrade failed it by eating Charlotte Flair one too many times. Of course, Andrade, who I've never actually seen wrestle, he is engaged to Charlotte Flair. I know that, and I know he won the U.S. title on the Madison Square Garden house show. That's about all I know of him. Not really interested in him at all. Joe Crass says, I like Riddle, but how far do you think he will go in the business? I don't know. Apparently, he's got heat with a lot of the top stars, which, of course, they do have pull on who they work with, so I don't know if that's a good thing. The smart mark reporters like Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez and all those guys love him. He is, I don't think he's short, but he's not like really built. I know he was a lighter weight fighter. So I was actually watching. I did watch his Royal Rumble highlights because they showed it in that clip where he was talking about Lesnar. And I did notice that the kicks he was doing did not look like stiff or anything in the Royal Rumble. Like, I know it's his personality joking around, but like that's what stood out to me. It's like this guy is a UFC guy, but he's definitely throwing kicks that don't look very solid. Last comment here, because I got to go train. Walt Clyde says Brock found out how Riddle talks crap about Goldberg too, who is Brock's friend. Yeah, so as I said, I do believe that because WWE seems to be pushing this and this supposed leaked information, that this could result in a squash match between Brock and Riddle to try and pop some type of interest in the companies. I have to read this comment. Dave McMichael says, are you familiar with Chris Colt from the 60s and 70s? I recently found out about him, actually, and he seemed like he was an interesting wrestler. He wrestled around this territory a lot. This territory, the Great North Wrestling runs around the area of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, which, by the way, I was putting up posters all day today for the February 29th, 1 month exactly from today, Great North Wrestling Annihilation event in Smith Falls, featuring Too Cold Scorpio and the Blood Hunter versus Haku and Barbarian. And great feedback from the people of Smith Falls and the surrounding areas about this event at the Galipo Center Theater. I think it's going to be a great show. The first event we've ever put on in a theater. So looking forward to that. More information at thehannibaltv.com. Final comment is Ibzan Arroyo. When is Razor's kid coming to the WWE? He hasn't signed yet. Apparently, him and Razor had a meeting with Triple H, according to reports, but he's not yet signed. There is interest in him. I know at one point, I think his name is Cody Hall. He was in Japan at one point, but I haven't heard anything about him on the indie scene in recent years, but that doesn't mean anything because they hire a lot of guys that haven't been very active back to full-time contracts. So I guess we'll find out. Have a great night, everybody. I guess none of you, there's a lot of comments on here. I guess none of you guys are watching NXT or AEW.